Yo. Y'all know how it is, man. Salute to my guys. But we started off taking a trago, you know what I mean, for my Hispanics and my migrates. You know what I mean? Yo,
And Jay.
and Jay. This shot goes out, so y'all already know what it is, man. Yo, for the Knicks playoff run, let's get that energy going. You know what I mean? New York, Queens, stand up. Let's get it, baby. Shout out to my guys. This is gonna be a fun episode with y'all listeners. All right, let's go. Salute, my dudes.
Salute.
Hello. Peace.
Ah, man.
What's good, y'all? What y'all been up to? Let's talk about it. What's been going on?
Like, yo, life is life, man. You know what I'm saying? It's ups and downs. You know how that shit go. You know what I'm saying? Me and D was outside last night for a minute. Some old ass niggas outside, and you know, everything good, man. What's good? What about y'all?
Chilling.
Fucking summertime hit early, so it's been like 90 plus down here in Texas. Yeah,
not out here. Not out here.
I already know, bro. Y'all been counting all the. I've been counting all the consecutive weeks you be going to barbecues, man. Your shit's like 8 weeks in a row, bro. I'm like,
I love it. If they invite me, I'm there. Like, hey,
New York, the New York weather's been real. The New York weather's been real Kanye West, real bipolar. You know, I don't know.
Facts.
For real.
We got a little love today. Little love today. It was good. I was dying for a little warmth and shit.
That's what you call today. Today was October, to say the least. To say the least, today was a good October day.
But last week was fucking February.
Last week was November, December. I don't know. Like,
I'm ready for the summer, man. Listen, I was like, y'all know I was in Cali a couple weeks ago, and Cali weather, jet setting on that. The Cali weather is good, but I was thinking about that shit today. It got a little warm out here, and I was like, yo, say what you want, man, but there's nothing like summertime in New York. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? So I love summertime in New York, man. You know what I'm saying?
Like, the air smells so different there than it does here. Like I used to remember, like, you know, when the shit start transitioning, start getting that that spring air, you know, and then, you know, like here it's different, like, because as soon as it goes directly from cold to warm, and then it just turns into barbecue season, everything you smell is is somebody smoking something out here, you know, like that's just the nature of this. And that's good too, but there's nothing like a New York transition to spring, and then of course the summertime
like that, man.
The hydrants all open.
Yo, you ain't got God about it. You ain't got to do that because you're on the phone with a bunch of New Yorkers. You know damn well you doing your Texas thing. And let us New Yorkers stay New York. Like, you know, you don't know what it's like to just drive through Queens and pop in on people's barbecues that ain't yours. You don't do that type of shit. That's the shit that we still do. Like, I pop up in a barbecue, I have no business being at and snatch a plate and get up out of there. That's some, you know, some loyalty and shit. Shit you used to do. Shit you can't do that.
Yo, you said it right there. That's some loyalty shit right there.
Shout out to them LA niggas. Word up, loyalty
niggas. Matter of fact, we about 2.5 weeks outside of that season. Well, all you gotta do is drive through. Yeah, we pulling up right here. We're going up in there. We're going in their yard. They're gonna give us a beer. They're gonna give us a plate. Ain't nobody gonna ask a question.
Facts though. That's a fact. I'm trying to get Jay out here too, man. Motherfucker. He popped out here for a hot second. What, like 6 months ago? He was right back on the plane, right back in Tyler, Texas.
Only person I saw. I literally went to the hotel, went and did my meeting, did all that shit. Rob pulled up and showed love, put eyes on me, had a drink or two. We stayed down at the bar, whatever. He bounced. I got up in the morning and was back on the plane heading to Texas.
And he had me sitting in the parking lot for an hour and a half till he got there. I was in the parking lot waiting on him to come from a dinner. I'm like, yo, son. And it was brick outside. It was brick outside.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Still here? I'm like, yeah, I'm still here. We're going to the bar. We're going to have some drinks.
That's that brotherly love, yo. That's that brotherly love.
That's a fact. Yo, look, I want to welcome everyone back to Real Sports Talk, New York's new #1 sports talk show. We are the voice of the streets. Allow me to reintroduce myself. It's your boy Cash, and I got some good fellas with me tonight. We got Jay in the building, Q in the building, Ra in the building, and Deron in the building, a.k.a. Son of L, man. We already got the pleasantries out the way. You know what I'm saying? This is like a Flushing gathering too, man. Shout out to Colden.
Oh, definitely a Colden Flushing.
You know what I mean? Shout out to the Ville. You know, all that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? But yo, we got to talk some sports, man. Listen, let's talk a little bit of Knicks. Let's start off with the Knicks, man. Listen, the season's over, right? Done deal. They said they, last game was with the Nets. Now it's game time. It's time to put up or shut up. Money's on the line. Shit will get up the pot. It's up and stuck right now. It's been a great season, ups and downs. Listen, we knew the expectations coming in for the Knicks. Basically, championship or bust, or at the very least, conference finals or bust. Right? We tired of going to the second round and getting bounced up out of there.
Word.
It's been a couple of years now with these cannabis second round knockouts. The loss to Atlanta, the loss to Miami. Last year, the loss to the Pacers when we were decimated. Last year's loss basically forced Tom Thibodeau, Wes, Leon Rose to go cash in some of those draft picks and some of those beloved blue chip Knicks that we all loved as Knicks fans. Cash those in and go out and make some big fucking moves, to win a championship. Or at least, like I said, get to the conference finals, right? We go out and get Bridges. We go out and get Cat. OG comes in last year, right? And in the process, we lose some real good fellas, man. Some beloved Knicks players in the hearts of the Knicks fans. Julius Randle, a guy who, say what you want about him, but he was the guy who ran towards the Knicks when every other superstar was fronting on us. When Kevin Durant was like, it ain't cool to be a Knick. Nigga, we remember that shit. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to pull up now in New York. We ain't fucking with all that. We lost one of the fucking coldest white boys out there. Ice water in his veins. Wild jump shot. A lot of heart. You know what I'm saying? Just a slow heartbeat. Dante DiVincenzo. Shout out to him. We lost one of our babies, R.J. Barrett, who we drafted up, raised up, was a Knick, from the jump. So, the Knicks fan base wasn't exactly pleased, but, we said, what did we say? We said, you know what? In the spirit of winning a championship, we're gonna play along. We're gonna play along. You know what I'm saying? But that shit comes with a caveat, man. We can't give up all the guys we love and then go out in the first fucking round. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, Bodega Bams. I mean, Bodega Bands. The big Bodega.
Oh, my nigga, big pussy, Deli Cat.
Yeah, the big pussy. We get all these big time players in, but then we have some fucking problems, right? We can't seem to beat the top echelon teams in the league, right? We all know what happened with Cleveland, Boston, 0-8 against them dudes. Stakes is high, my guys. Playoffs is here. Tibbs' job could be possibly on the line. We saw what happened to Brandon Malone. Possibly, yeah. More than likely. We saw what happened to Taylor Jenkins with Memphis. It's that time of the year where all these closet Knicks fans love to come out and hate Shaq, Barkley, all these dudes. You know what I'm saying? Even Perkins kind of jumping off the bandwagon. But before we worry about Boston and Cleveland, we got these young boys, you know what I'm saying, in our way. Cade Cunningham is balling the fuck out. Detroit, they're young. They tripled their win total from last year. Everyone's kind of saying, oh, there's a chance they might beat the Knicks. So everybody would love to see the Knicks lose. Jay, I'm going to go to you first. Before we take care of Boston and Cleveland, we got Detroit problems and business to handle, man. What's your assessment on this playoff series coming up? What are your thoughts on that?
Shout out to the Knicks.
Shout out to the Knicks.
51 wins, 50 again. So, that's a feat in itself. We have to take a second and really think to ourselves, what do we expect to happen in this series? We don't expect this to be a series where we just run through Detroit like it's light rain. That shit ain't gonna happen. Mm-hmm. Like you said, they have some real talent over there. Malik Beasley, Jalen Duren, you name it. They have some.
Tim Hardaway Jr.
And of course Cade Cunningham. You know what he does. Mm-hmm. The only thing I can say in regards to that is we're built for that. I think we're built for that type of team, and I think that's a great warm up. I don't think it's going to be a sweep. I'm not going to sit here and start predicting a sweep or anything like that. I think it'll, we'll probably be a gentleman's sweep. They'll get one, but overall, I think this is going to be a true test of where we're at as far as our bench is concerned. We're pretty much healthy. The only person I think that we're missing really is going to be Huck 40 at this point. So I think we're predominantly healthy, and I think now is the time where Tibbs shows that he can not be out coached and start to play deep into the bench and show our depth and give those plays. And listen, Jalen going out gave us an opportunity to see multiple different variations of what that team should look like. It gave Tibbs the opportunity to stagger the starters in ways that he hadn't been able to do during the year because we didn't have a starting point guard. Cap was out. So we had to go a little bit deeper and look at how, DeLon Wright was a pleasure when we really think about how he played. He can score. He's a bigger guard. He's physical.
Yeah.
So I think overall, I think we're prepared for this. Now it's just a matter of us staying healthy through this series to get to the second round and really start to show what we're made of. I would have liked to win against Cleveland to see what we look like winning against, one of the top echelon teams. We took that loss, and that was a bad loss to take because we were up by 20.
A lot of coaching errors.
Yeah, a lot of coaching errors, and that didn't make me feel good when it came. When I really thought about it, I'm like, if he does that shit against Detroit, we're fucked. Like, because that team can go. So hopefully, he'll learn some of his mistakes in that game and operates accordingly. But I'm up for it. I don't feel that this is going to be a tough series, but I don't think it's going to be an easy one either. I say, the Knicks will give them one, and then we'll move on.
Absolutely. We're gonna shoot it off to Rob, man. What do you think about this whole thing? I know you're the super Knicks fan. Give us your thoughts on what the Knicks are facing in this first round.
Well, to be honest with you, to piggyback off of what Jay just said, it should be a win. The Knicks should be able to get out of this round because Detroit is so green, so to speak. Like, it's a green team. Cade Cunningham, Jalen Duren, Beasley. In general, how the team is playing, though, they're playing with a hunger where this could end up being a trap series, right? By that I mean the person that's on indictment to me, and you said it earlier. He was like, Tibbs. Tibbs is the one I'm looking at right now. I haven't trusted his rotation this season really too much at all. You know what I'm saying? How he leaves certain players out or brings certain people in. Like, I don't like the fact that, listen, you can't play in the fourth quarter when you're down and have your starters not come back in the game until the 6-minute mark. A Campaign is cool off the bench, but why is he getting heavy minutes in the fourth when you're down 15, 20, and then you're bringing people like Jalen Brunson in, or you're bringing back in all your starters to try to win a game? That's what we saw at the end of the season. So the way I look at it is, I'm going to say the unpopular thing. I am a super Knicks fan. I would love to see them get out past the second round, but that's not going to happen this year. That's not going to happen this year. We should get past Detroit, and whoever we draw in the second round, that's probably where the Knicks will fall or get injured down or break down again, because Thibodeau's way has just not been a winning way. He gets them to the 50 wins a year, yes. He gets the most out of these players, but if the Knicks make it out of the second round, that's more so how much the team likes him, and they don't want him to lose his job, versus what he's doing for them at this point, in my opinion. Yes, Brunson got a chance to rest. We got Mitch back, and we still don't even know what full Mitch looks like. Porty, I don't even know who the guy is really, but
he's green.
He's a strong player. DeLon Wright, yes, I kind of like him a little bit more than Campaign. It's just that Campaign he has more season on. We know we've watched Campaign.
He be chucking though. He be chucking. B.
DeLon Wright is more of a paced guard. Yeah. He plays kind of like within his system, but nonetheless, like I said, like, I look at the Knicks right now and I say, okay, we should get to the second round with ease. Out of the second round, depending on who we draw, is a completely different story. And again, this is a trap series. This is a trap series. This is where we get to say, okay, Tibbs, what are you really going to do? I guarantee you, at some point, everybody on this podcast right now is going to say, we're down by 8. Why is Brunson and Cat on a bench and it's the fourth quarter and it's like 7 minutes to go? What is he waiting for? He will literally leave his second. He'll leave. He'll leave Deuce in there. He'll leave Campaign in there. He'll leave Achua in there. And for what particular reason? Why? Because you burned the rest of these players out for the entire series? Yeah. To me, honestly, this season right now is probably Tibbs' last season, in my opinion. If the Knicks don't make it if the Knicks don't make it past the second round, right? And even if they go to the third round, let's be honest with you, the Knicks ain't going to the finals. The Knicks are not coming out of the East this year. There's still too much left for the East. And I would be pleasantly surprised if that happens. But no matter how this happens, depending on when the Knicks exit, Tibbs' job is done. If they are a second round exit, Tibbs is out of here. If they're a third round exit, then Tibbs may have saved his job, so to speak. And he still may lose it then too, because that's the shakeup that the Knicks need. And that's pretty much where I'm at with that.
Yo.
Well said.
Good take. You know what I'm saying? Q. Talk to me, dog.
Yo, man. I think it's gonna really fall on, you know what I mean, the coaching. I think it's gonna be coaching. I think one of the biggest key factors is also gonna be is Mikal Bridges actually gonna show up? Is he gonna actually defend? You know what I mean? And I think that falls on Tibbs as well. Like, yo, bro, I don't.
And I know
shit,
you was
bro.
going Mikal
I
Bridges.
don't
We
give
knew
a
that. We knew that was coming.
bro. Bridges, yo, what the hell? Yo, the bridge is over. Being like,
Nigga ain't waste no time.
Yo,
No
I don't
time.
give a.
Right
I don't
This
give
nigga
a
is
shit.
KRS-One. We're going to call you KRS-One
bro,
from now on. This
yo,
motherfucker.
he needs to show up, man. Yo, because there's no more excuses. We're as healthy as we can be. We're as stacked as we can be. Like, yo, there's really no excuse of why we shouldn't get to where we need to be and improve from the last season and not get out of the second round, right? And obviously, we don't feel optimistic because we can't beat the good teams. Now, I think it's going to be an easy season, a series. I think the Knicks only lose one game, but I need to see better inbounding. Like, I can't see those dumb plays where they're having issues inbounding the ball and then dropping it out of bounds and turning it over because of some stupid idiotic plays. Like, yo, this starting lineup is full of superstars damn near. You know, like you shouldn't be giving up those little minuscule idiotic plays where, you know, it's turning into a 3-point play for the other team when it could be a 2 or 3-point gain on the Knicks court. You know what I mean? Like, and that just can't happen. We got to see better switching. I need to see some defense from Bridges, and I need to see some offense from him as well, because we know OG is going to be defending the most, you know, the most talented guy on the other team. So we know when he's doing that and he's exhausting himself, yo, it's hard to play both sides of the game when you're defending the best player on the other team. Like, let's keep it a buck. Like, look what happened when he guards Jason Tatum. We can see how exhausting it is, but, you know, great players are still going to make points. Like, that's just undeniable. But we need to not let them take advantage of us, and we need to strike when it's hot, but we need to show momentum. We're not the fastest team in the league, but as long as we can control the momentum of the game and make sure these young dudes don't run up and down the court and Knicks is looking like I don't even know who to guard, you know, like that's what we're really going to see, and that's what's going to determine how well they're going to play when they get out of the first round.
Pace is going to be important. You said it. That was a great take. Pace is definitely going to be important because those guys,
he said it right.
Are going to run. They're going to fucking run.
He said it at the beginning. He said at the beginning of this is a coaching. This is yo, guys, we're looking at Tibbs' final stand. Like, what else do we need? The team is the team. You know what I'm saying? Early on in the introduction of this whole entire clip, we said we gambled away big chip pieces. We never even got a chance to see what the Villanova 3 really looks like, or the Villanova 4. We never even got a chance to see it. Because why? Because of what Tibbs did last year, right?
Yeah.
So this is literally like, this is a coaching. Leon Rose and them, they did their part. All right, let's bring in the pieces. Even though I know you said it earlier, you said we forgot what KD said, but guess what? Unfortunately, if the Knicks lose second round knockout and KD is looking for a place where he can beat KD, that's going to be something that the Knicks have to look at this point. Post Tibbs.
Yeah, they traded their defensive soul for buckets, in my opinion.
You traded your top 5 draft pick in RJ Barrett. We traded your draft picks. We're getting rid of pieces, and everything we brought in. You got a big ticket like Cat in here now. Now you have your quote unquote superstar, your future Hall of Famer. You have one. If there's an opportunity at this point to give up more future draft picks because we have to win now. The Knicks are literally in a window right now with Brunson, with Anunoby, with Josh Hart, who nobody's even really talking about, who he's going to be easy to re-up, right? But with these players and the way they keep playing, guess what? Your window to try and win now, you got about 2 to 3 more seasons max. And if that don't work, they're blowing the whole shit up.
And Bridges is eligible for an extension now, too, so we got to keep in mind what he's going to do with that, too. So
I'm not as hard on Bridges. I'm not going to be as hard on Bridges as you, Q, only because, honestly, again, his role is still, like, the way Tibbs is putting him in, his role is not really like what it was in Brooklyn. His role
he's the
like
fourth option at this point.
He's a part of, like, it has to go through everybody else. And if we really look at it, if you look at him on the season, he's still giving you 17 points. So that's where his offense is at. On any given night, he's going to give you 17. Defensively, yes, I completely agree. He could be putting up a better defensive effort. He could be putting up a better defensive show. But point wise, the kid could score. He just needs the ball in his hands.
No question about it. Sometimes you look at Bridges and you go, damn, he's strapping dudes up. You know what I'm saying? Some nights, and the other nights you're like, damn, they getting him. I think, and this goes to what you said, Rod. He's the fourth option. Sometimes, and I've been saying this for a while. Sometimes you're disengaged. You know what I'm saying? When you're the fourth option, you know what I'm saying? Maybe your defense suffers a little bit because you're not really locked in all the way. You know what I'm saying? He came in my opinion, he was originally, in my opinion, meant to be the third option, but OG been working on his game so crazy. You know what I'm saying? OG's been way more aggressive. And we saw that towards the end of the year last year a little bit where OG Anunoby started, besides just shooting the corner three, started going to the rack, going strong. OG is like the ultimate two-way player. So I think when Mikal, it's hard to. You saw when Jalen was out, he was a little bit more engaged. He was a little more in the flow of the fucking offense, and that translated to the defensive side of the ball too. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna need him for dudes like, Cade Cunningham on switches. Thank God Jaden Ivey's not playing. I don't think he's playing, but
he's going. He's going with the season.
He's going. You know what I'm saying? Tim Hardaway Jr. Big. They're wing stop, right? Him and OG supposed to be wing stop. They're built to be able to stop dudes like Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Darius Garland, Spider, DeAndre Hunter, guys like that. That's what we brought these guys here for. You know what I'm saying? But before I get physical, what's the other dude? Isaiah Stewart. He's physical as well. They're gonna make Cat uncomfortable. As much as we love Cat, you seen when Cat's kind of get physical with him, he kind of, I don't want to say shies away, but I feel like he's not built like that.
Nah, all Cat got to do is this shot now.
Right.
With the resurgence of, like how you said earlier, how Anunoby is playing.
Yeah.
Who's going to stop Anunoby if Cat decides to just say, okay, I want to draw the defense in and kick it out? Anunoby's playing at a high level. Right, that's somebody a lot of people aren't accountable. They're waiting for it to go through Cat. This is, again, when does the series start? The series starts when? On Tuesday?
Saturday?
All right. So Saturday, what's Saturday? Saturday is what, the 19th?
I believe so, yeah.
The 19th?
Yeah.
He will be unemployed by the 29th. He will be unemployed if he don't figure if this is I haven't co-signed the in-season firing. I'm kind of like excoriate what not what OKC did, what
Nuggets.
What the Nuggets have done. I think that was a dumb Denver. I think Denver's done the dumbest thing in the world for a post-championship. But guess what?
Yeah.
If the Knicks go down in this season at any point, if at any point Detroit is up 2 to anything, right?
Yeah.
And they fire Tibbs in the middle of that,
mm-hmm.
I'll co-sign it.
Tibbs and Ryan.
I'll co-sign the first ever playoff firing before the season series over.
That'd be some crazy shit. Coach gets fired after the first round and shit.
In the first round.
Horrible look.
In the first round. If the Knicks go down 2-1 and you find out that they fired Tibbs that night, I'm like,
D, what's good, B?
Yeah.
There we go.
I'm good now?
Yeah.
I had to get off that iPhone bull. You know what I'm saying? I had to switch to the Samsung.
The droid. You got you and Q are the droid niggas in here and shit.
That's it, bro.
Yeah.
Nah, but yeah. So talk about what you were talking about.
Yeah, like I was saying, man, they was breaking my heart so much. Like my blood pressure used to be up. I'm watching them. I'm screaming in the house. So I stopped watching these guys for my own health, right? But I watched sparingly. So I watched them the other night.
Mm-hmm.
Playing, who they playing? Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did they look like a team that's going to make a playoff run to me? No. No. First of all, they just lost the last 3 or 4.
Mm-hmm.
What is that? Like, who wants to go into the playoffs losing 3 games out of your last 4?
To potential playoff opponents too, they lost the last 3.
Exactly, to the big boys, right? So it's like they showing their true colors, man. Like you were saying, Tibbs. I was saying this without watching this. Tibbs is done. Like if he don't make it past, if he don't make it to the 3rd round, like everyone was saying, Tibbs. Not that he is out of here. I think he should be out of here, right? Because obviously he's not doing what the players need him to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. Like I don't think they're gonna make a run, man. Like whoever they draw in the 2nd round, they're probably gonna be out in the 2nd, man. Like I hate to say it, but Now I see they had some good young players like Achua, like hungry players, but that's
He's
the
not
one
getting
thing
no
they got.
burn in the
I
playoffs
hope
though.
he does because he brings a lot of energy. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
they need those energy players, like because Detroit got a lot to prove, man. They got a lot to prove. So the Knicks come in, they better come in on their A game. Like, don't play around with Detroit. They just
I kind
lost
of
to
agree.
Detroit. Like, so
I kind of agree
Detroit
with the
already got
Achua
that.
take. Yeah, I have to agree
Yeah.
with that Achua take. Like, yeah, you got to shorten up your bench, but you can't. Achua on a steady night can give you 10 and 5 easy. If not that, he might give you a double. You let him rock. So
Exactly.
I have
Yeah.
to agree with that,
Exactly.
Dave. I have to agree with Dave on that. Like, Achua, how
I
can
don't
you?
disagree. I just don't know if, like you said, when you shorten that bench up, I don't know where the minutes is coming from. You still got to give Deuce minutes, right? You got Shamit's been balling out. Shamit's got to get his minutes. You know, Campaign,
Exactly.
as much as
Yeah.
he annoys me, he's been chucking, but you know he's gonna get his minutes, right?
What
And
I like, you know what I like about him, man? He's not scared, bro. And that's what
oh
they need. So
Yeah, right.
yeah,
they don't need no scary.
He's not nervous. He's
yeah.
not nervous.
Yeah.
He's comfortable in
Who's
that
not
moment.
nervous? Who's not nervous?
Achua, he's saying
Sure.
Achua.
No, I'm talking about
Oh,
campaign.
campaign. Oh, campaign's not nervous either.
Campaign needs to be
Yeah,
scared.
he not.
Campaign needs to slow the fuck down.
Yeah, he needs to slow down,
Campaign,
bro. He needs to
campaign,
slow the
yo,
fuck
D,
down. He
Well,
be
campaign,
that's
calm
chucking.
the fuck
He
down.
be chucking it up,
He be
brother.
going off. I'd be like, yo, what
With
the
his weird,
fuck?
with his
Put it
weird
this
ass
way,
jumpers.
I would I
He
would
hit some
rather
big
have a
shots
player.
against us last year with the Sixers. I remember. I was like, oh fuck, but
you're
hopefully
gonna
we
have
get
a
that.
you're
I
gonna have
would
a
rather
three
have
guard
a player
rotation.
chucking than scared when they get the ball. You know what I'm
All right,
saying? Like,
question.
if you know he's chucking, get box out.
Dave,
You know what I'm
since it's
saying?
your take, I got a question for you. Then it's going to be it should be to say the least a 3 guard rotation, right? We know
Mm-hmm.
Brunson's going to be one. We know Deuce is going to be two. Who are you taking? Would you leave it as campaign as your third option, and then what? DeLon Wright and then Shamit, or Shamit then DeLon Wright, or what would your 3 guard rotation be as the playoffs come?
What
With
about
with
Bridges
with the
though?
five
Bridges
we
are
have.
hard though.
Well, Bridges a two. Bridges plays the two, not the actual
Yeah, as you
guard
said, 3 guard
position.
rotation, right?
Well, three as boom. We got Jalen Brunson, and if
Yeah.
Jalen ain't in the game, we're gonna either have Deuce, right?
Oh, you talking
And
about off the bench?
yeah,
Got you, got you.
off the bench, off the bench.
Yeah.
So when I'm talking about in that particular rotation, what 3 guards y'all taking? We got five. Well, if we're including
Yeah.
Shannon, you
Jalen
got
Deuce and
Jalen
campaign. Yeah,
Deuce,
yeah.
Campaign, DeLon Wright, and you got Shannon. You got five. What are your three for Dave? What are your three for? How do you think that rotation should look? In the playoffs, what 3 guards we want to see getting those minutes?
It's got to be campaign. I think it's got to be Deuce. Listen, it's Brunson, Deuce, and campaign, man. Because as much as we love DeLon Wright, and you might see DeLon Wright sporadically, but Tibbs always loves to go to his vets, his guys that he's trusted all year. So that's the way I think it's going to be. You know what I'm saying? Tyler Kolek, no burn. He's going to be buried
No.
deep on the
I
fucking
don't.
bench.
If I see Tyler Kolek, that's going to be even more of a reason to fire Tibbs. Tyler
Yeah.
Kolek shouldn't even pack his jersey. Don't even bring your jersey to the Garden, Tyler. You're not playing, bro.
Pacome Dadier, all these guys, they're buried deep on the fucking bench. But what?
He said he
Yeah,
don't even need a jersey under his warm up, right? Just wear a tank top or something.
Just keep the suit on. Dress clothes.
Just wear street clothes, bro. Just like
listen, just bring your ID and street clothes. Don't bring none of your pack your his locker should be packed up right now. Like clean your shit out now. You're not playing for the rest of the. Even if we win, don't bring your shit in. Like that nigga's locker should be cleared. As soon as they clinch that shit, they'll be like, "Yo, you're not playing. You're not playing. You got get your shit out of here now because y'all aren't playing. You're welcome to come." And if there's room, you could sit
that was
somewhere
wild,
close to
bro.
the bench.
You're welcome to come. God damn, I knew you'd fuck up. I knew you'd fuck up.
He knew he'd get it. Sooner or later, he's going to get him.
I knew his ass would trip up. I knew it. You know he fucked up, right? You know
I'm drunk right now.
You fucking velvet ear listening, motherfucker. Yo, listen. Yo. Pause.
But let me just say this real quick. Yeah, the pause is crazy. One thing I don't want, right? I don't like. We know Michael Jordan used to come into the Garden, wild out. Steph Curry comes in here, wilds out. You know, everyone. You know, I just heard what's light skinned dude from Phoenix?
Devin Booker.
I just heard Devin Booker say, "Yo, I love playing in the Garden. It's my favorite place." Listen, don't let Cade Cunningham come in and make a name for himself, dumbing out in the Garden. You know what I'm saying? For 3 games or whatever the fuck it is. You know what I'm saying? You got, Nick, I beg of you, man. Don't let him do that, man. Don't let him make his name. I'm tired of niggas coming in the garden and torching niggas
Trey
and
Young
being like,
and-
this is the Mecca, Trey Young and all this shit. Don't shut him the fuck. Not shut him down, but don't let him do that dumb shit. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
shut him
That
down.
boy.
I don't want to see no highlights.
It's gonna be hard to shut him down because he balls. He balls, man. He you know.
But
Sweep the
you're
leg.
right. Don't sweep the leg. Sweep it.
Sweep the leg.
Sweep the leg.
Sweep the leg.
What's a Karate Kid shit?
Kate Cunningham's gonna be looking up at the sensei and shit like,
Sweep the leg. But no,
sweep the fucking leg, nigga.
You're dead right though. We don't. We that is 1,000% right, because we definitely allow players to come in and create these moments, these iconic moments, and then they become bigger. And now every time they end up back in the Garden, they're lighting up. You know what I'm saying? The fucking Knicks, because their confidence level is through the roof and the mecca of sports. And I love to go there and play. And that's my favorite place to play. I hate that shit.
Me too.
And
so you just drop a 40 piece on us. You know what I'm saying?
Gosh, yo, and so I'm completely in agreement with Ra on the sweep the leg shit, right? Let's finish this shit up. Get him the fuck out of here. You know, do a what's his name? Fucking
put him in a body bag, Daniel. Yeah.
Exactly.
Fucking Joel Embiid did the fucking Mitch last year with the fucking, with the ankle,
grabbing his leg and
grab his leg.
Yeah, that was some wild shit.
I'm glad y'all said that, because we do have a player that the Knicks have acquired that can come in and do all that dirty shit and give you buckets.
PJ Bucker.
My man Paul John Tucker.
Yeah.
Bring him in to sweep the leg.
Bring him in to sweep the leg and do all the dirty shit. For real.
You might see some Pete. You might get some PJ minutes too, though, because he's tough. You know what I mean?
He played the other night. They
played the other night.
They played both nights actually. Let him.
Yeah, he might get some goon minutes.
Yeah. He kept Stewart in his place.
He kept Stewart in his place. He put Schroeder on his ass. Paul.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's there to do the dirty work, and he gave him buckets. He's going to do.
Yeah.
He's the glitching double dribble. Corner three.
Yeah.
Whoop, he's going to do that. Like, I guarantee you, if they do it right, you're going to get 9 points out of PJ Tucker in the series per series. They got to just pick and choose when they bring him in.
And some toughness too. Just that's that means a lot, man. I know it's locker room talk and all that shit, but that whole locker room tough presence shit, that shit rubs off on people. Pause. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? And because like Knicks has kind of got the soft jacket on him right now. Cat, they say it's soft. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yo, damn, PJ Tucker's 39. I didn't know he was 39 years old, bro.
Second oldest player in the league, other than LeBron James.
That's crazy.
Number 2.
He older than CP? CP older than CP?
He's the second oldest player in the league.
Oh, wow.
And
CP played every game this year. That's crazy.
That's wild.
That's crazy.
I would have thought them to shut CP down once what do you call him down?
You know what it is though? Who's he friends with? Who's he friends with? Who's his mans in them? LeBron. Mm-hmm. So he went to see that. He went to that allegedly went to that Balco lab.
Balco lab. Here we go.
But my prediction is Knicks in 6. I think they're gonna fumble the bag on two of the games. You know what I mean? But I think they're gonna.
I got the Knicks in 5.
Knicks in 5. Q. Knicks in 5.
I think so.
D. Knicks in 5.
Probably 6.
And then they die. And then they die against Boston. No, is it Boston or Cleveland?
There's no guarantee. Well,
Celtics.
It will be Boston.
Why y'all act like Boston's automatically making it out this round too? Like,
who they play? The Magic? They play the Magic?
Yeah, the Magic.
That's barbecue chicken.
Yeah, that's.
I don't know.
That's barbecue chicken.
I got Orlando at 7.
Word born
against Boston.
That's a hot take, nigga. That's a hot take. I can't. I was gonna say I'll take some action, but I can't fuck with Boston. I
was watching Orlando last week. They're looking good, man.
Orlando's good, but they're 7th seed for a reason, man.
They're green too. Yo, D, you gotta think they're super green. Banchero's lead part, and they're doing.
They got some dogs in there, but they ain't not ready yet. They not ready.
I don't think so. I would take.
Now, if you said Milwaukee, I would have said if they was playing Milwaukee. I would have said, you know what, you can't count out Giannis.
What about Atlanta?
Dame hurt. Nah, them trash. Them boys is trash. Yeah.
You think Orlando would do better against Boston than Atlanta?
I do.
Orlando's gonna win in 7.
Well, Orlando has to get past Atlanta.
Orlando in 7 would be. Remember when back in the days when the fucking Nuggets with the Kimbe beat the Supersonics and shit? That'd be that type of shit. That'd be crazy.
Shout out
I
to
would love
rest in peace to Dikembe Mutombo.
Rest in peace to
So
I
if
love
all
them
that-
niggas out the way.